It's weekly rotation time. I've had an interesting week this last 7 days. I'm not sure. I've been tossing up about the order I want to talk about stuff in. I think I might begin with the samples I wore this week because I tried something new. But first, let me get started. Earlier in the week, I had to travel for work, actually, and I found myself interstate, and it was a nice warm day, and I decided to bring my little sample of Escentric Molecules, Molecule plus Mandarin. And as has been the case the previous times I've worn it, it's been a delightful wear. It's one of my favourite orange/mandarin notes. And I also wore this week the Patchouli version of Molecule Plus. Now, this of the three that I have, and I've spoken about the three from this brand, from this line that I have Iris, Patchouli, Mandarin. Patchouli is my least favourite of the three. Now, it's interesting because when I've spoken about the Iris iteration of this perfume, I've really enjoyed the way that particular iris note has been refined to remove all the things that I don't find particularly enjoyable about other iris perfumes, the way iris is used in other perfumes. And that's the reason that I like that perfume. And for the very same reason, I don't love the Patchouli version, because when it comes to Patchouli as opposed to Iris, I actually like the full character of the Patchouli raw material. And I feel like this one here, especially when you're talking about being a very minimalist construction, supposedly of whatever patchouli aroma chemical or material that they're using in this perfume, combined with Isoe Super, this patchouli is just a bit too refined for me. I like all the facets of a full-blooded patchouli. I like the earthiness. I like the chocolatiness of some patchoulis. I like the really, I guess, beastly character of a full-blooded patchouli, and that is not what you get with this particular one. People like this patchouli, the Molecule Plus patchouli. I'm not as big a fan of this one as I am of Mandarin and in particular Iris. So the other sample that I wore this week, this brand, I will leave a link to their website in the description. At the moment, they have very, very limited distribution. They aren't even, as of recording this, I don't think they're on Fragrantica or Base Notes or Perfume. So this is purely an Instagram find. So I became aware of this brand, this artist who is making just a single perfume for the house. The house is called Diffractive Studio, and they have released one perfume, and I don't know how well this is going to pick up on camera. This is reminiscent of the label you get on the bottle, and I'll put a picture up, obviously. This is called Pop Culture. What interested me about this perfume, this is one that was kind of sold to me with my eyes. I saw the note pyramid, notes of orange, cola, and there was one other fantasy note, I guess, that was put in there that caught my eyes. Apart from sort of dark resins, dark ambers, there was a mixed tape note, and I took that to mean quite literally a cassette, a mixtape cassette. It's referenced in the graphic design on the label. And so I ordered a sample blind, and I wasn't disappointed. It wasn't what I had imagined, but it kind of was even better. So the best. I might just spray some on and give you a mini review / second impression, because I've only worn this once, to be fair, and you see when there is a cola note referenced, I automatically just expect it to be a sweet cola, but this kind of borders much closer to something, some kind of hybrid between Dr. Pepper and Kinotto, which is giving me that cola vibe. Now, it could be also the fact that it's mixed in with the other notes, because the orange here is, there's definitely a lot of cinnamon that comes up here. The orange is kind of a more candied orange rather than a realistic citrus fruit. The cinnamon definitely is big there. And then I really do smell something that actually reminds me of good old-fashioned cassette cartridges with the tape and everything. They have a particular smell, and for whatever reason, combined with the other notes, it all works together. And I'm a little bit sort of taken with this perfume. I wouldn't describe it as gourmand. It's definitely sort of those heavy ambers those dark ambers come in later on as it dries down. I guess it is gourmand, but definitely not in the way a lot of people expect something to be. I would never describe this as sweet. The sweetness and the warmth is coming a lot from the cinnamon and that candied orange and that cola note. Like for me, it's not close to anything like a real Coca-Cola. And like I said, it's more a combination of Dr. Pepper and Kinotto to me, and it just really is captivating and really a really interesting scent. So that's called Pop Culture. And I will say as well that when I first smelled this, those particular smells are very nostalgic for me, but not when I was a little kid. It was, for some reason, maybe that combination of making mixtapes, which is what I did a lot of in my teens, and we're talking like the 80s here, and I definitely liked all the smells that I'm getting from this. Back then I wasn't a big fan of Dr. Pepper. I do like Kinotto, I do like cola. I've always liked cinnamon and oranges. So it really did something very interesting on some kind of mental connection level for me, this perfume. So if you can get a sample of this, I'm hoping distribution becomes wider, but if you can get a sample of this, please check it out. They're based in the UK, and highly recommend trying to get a sample of it and seeing for yourself, if that all sounds very interesting to you. Okay, so when it came to the perfume that I wore every day for the last 7 days, this week I went with one of my all-time favorites, Habit Rouge EDT from Guerlain. So what did I discover about this perfume this week? Other than not really anything I didn't already know about it. I didn't at any point get sick of spraying this on each morning, but I didn't discover anything new about it. It didn't do anything different. If anything, it was just a very high, consistent quality that I've come to expect from a perfume like this. There is a reason this type of scent profile imprints itself into your brain, because it's kind of unchangeable and really distinctive characteristic that you never forget. And so every time I sprayed it on each of the days. It was just a comforting, very familiar perfumed hug, if you like, for me. Still warm here. It's still, nearly the end of summer. I wore a couple of summer favorites. the more recent Eau Sauvage Eau de Toilette. This is a 2020 bottle, in case you're wondering, of the classic EDT. Just beautiful. This version, this particular bottle lasts a few hours, then I don't smell it anymore. But, I just keep reapplying if I need to. And then I have, on another day when it was warm, I went with this one. This is Gocce de Byron, which is the brand. This one is called Guvano No. 4, inspired by the Cinque Terre region in northern Italy, the Italian Riviera. This is a new kind of sort of category. My beast of the week, hands down, goes to Insomnifique by Guerlain. This was beautiful. I absolutely love it. But let's talk about how this just lasts and envelops you a whole day. No problem. It's one of the perfumes that doesn't give me nose fatigue. I continue to smell it all day, and it just smells the same from go to woe. I find this to be quite linear. I continue to smell the rose in particular, that kind of ethereal, musky quality that ambergris gives you. I never got a lot of incense, admittedly, from this, or nothing that registers as incense. Quite aldehydic as well, but it's really about that combination of rose and that kind of musky, mineralic ambergris as well. Insomnifique, my beast of the week. And so we come to the final perfume of the week, and I have to say, I've already sprayed this on. This is Memoir d'une Odeur from Gucci, and I've got to tell you that this, along with pop culture, but really, this has actually been my highlight in terms of how whenever I've sprayed a perfume on in this last 7 days, this has brought the biggest smile to my face. And it just seems to get better and better every time I wear it. I'm going to put a little bit more on. My goodness. Gucci Memoir d'une Odeur. That's my week in review in terms of my perfume. I have one more of these to do, and regular one, and then the following Sunday, it might be a little bit late because I will be in Italy. So, or not Italy, I will actually be on an aeroplane somewhere flying over Asia. And I shall try to film something there if I can, or maybe I'll film it early. Who knows? I don't know what I'm going to do. That's my week in review. I'll stop rambling now. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you soon. Bye.